I feel like I have to address something that I'm sure 100% of the people in the audience are thinking of. And no, I did not plan this sweater to match the background. This is a coincidence. I showed up 3 hours ago and I said to the backdrop, one of us is gonna have to change. This is embarrassing. If anybody, maybe some of you did see the first Dry Bar special that I did. It had 9 million views on YouTube. It was kind of crazy, 9 million views, so. Thank you so much for watching it. Those of you that did, I really appreciate it. It's great. And those of you that watched it, the first one was all about being married and having stepkids. So you can tell that's different already. That's something that happened in 3 years. I got divorced. It's not fun. You know, divorce, it's not fun. I still got the stepkids though. I think I am. I mean, I don't know technically what the job title is, but it's so weird. I can tell you this, I go to their marching band competitions and people are like, which kids are yours? And I'm like, none of them. I love this band. It's so weird. I still love the kids. For sure. You divorce the wife, not the kids. That's what the dad says in Clueless to explain why Paul Rudd's in the movie. So that's the way I live my life, according to Clueless. They're great. I was their third parent, too. I was number 3. I came in number 3. And then the dad got remarried. That was the 4th parent. Now there's a chance their mom could get married again. 5 parents. It's stressful for kids to have 5 parents, isn't it? People say families are getting smaller. They're not. They're the same size. They're just expanding at different levels than we used to. 5, my poor kids, they're like, we didn't even expect to have the 5th one. This one is a surprise to us. Ever since we were little, we were always like, we want 4, 2 boys, 2 girls. That's it for us. We should have been on parent control or something. This one's a real surprise. It's stressful for them. We got to get a van to get these parents around to all our activities, you know? We love to go minivan for the gas mileage, but we got to go full-size van. Some of these parents don't get along with each other, if you can believe it. Driving around, calm down back there. Hey, stop touching your ex-wife. They're good, though. They're older now. They're 19 and 17. And if you have teenagers in your life and you miss them and you want to talk to them, change your Netflix password. That's how you get a hold of them. I got Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. I talk to them 4 or 5 times a week if I feel like it. And sometimes I feel I don't get enough attention from them, but that's just typical middle parent syndrome. Everyone knows about that. I'm into Instagram targeted ads. That's what I'm into now. That's about how I pass my time. I go on Instagram and I look at the targeted ads. All these clothes I'm wearing, I bought off an Instagram targeted ad. If you want these clothes, I don't even know how to tell you to get them. You gotta click everything I click for a whole year, then you can have some of these. First thing I ever bought was Bombas socks. They're great socks, great company, Bombas socks. We got some fans over here. Here's what I love about them. They got an L on the left sock and an R on the right sock. I had been guessing until I got these Bombas socks. My whole life would have been different. I had to go back in the real world, though. My first real world purchase was a pinata. I was invited to a party, and I thought it would be fun to bring a pinata because there was going to be kids there. So I went to a store called Party City, the Discount Party Superstore. Are you guys familiar with it? Yeah, Party City, the Discount Party Superstore. One day, if enough people watch this special, I'll be shopping at a full-price Party Superstore. But for now, that's still in my future. Here's what I love about Party City. All of you were familiar with the store when I brought it up, but none of you have something from that store in your house right now. That's a cool business plan, to sell garbage. Everything they sell is designed to be thrown away the day after you bought it. If you have stuff in your house from Party City right now, you probably also have a sad kid that recently had a poorly attended birthday party. You're trying to make your little kid feel like, hey buddy, I know nobody showed up, but you get to eat off these Batman plates for the rest of the month. All right, now clean up, it's time for bed. So I got the pinata, and then I said to the guy there at the Party City, I also need some string. And they don't sell it. They don't sell it there. I guess it lasts too long. I don't know why. They wouldn't sell string. They're selling pinatas, and you need string for the pinata to be fun. Do people show up to parties with loose pinatas? Just you let the kids figure it out on their own. Just put this in a group of kids and let them kick it till the candy comes out. Kids are more sensitive these days. They probably talk to the pinata till the candy comes out. Probably just start asking the pinata questions, and then eventually the pinata will pick up some box cutters and open himself out, just bleed out his Twix so he can stop answering the questions. So I have this pinata, and then I have to go on a quest to buy string, and it was surprisingly more difficult to buy string than you would think. Not many places sell it. I went to Target, I asked if they sold string. The guy there, he hadn't even heard of string before. I asked if he was string, this guy looked at me like I asked if they sold jetpacks. He didn't even know what it was. And then I said, it's like twine. Which, smart move on my part. This young man has never heard of string. Why don't I take it back a couple decades? Then he'll get on board. He said, is it like rope? And I was like, now we're on the right track. It is like rope, but it's thinner. If you can picture, it's thinner than rope and thicker than floss. That's the sweet spot. That's string, my friend. Can you picture an iPhone charger with no metal in it? That's exactly what I'm looking for. He said, maybe we should try the seasonal section. That's on me. That's my fault. I've forgotten the string was in season right now. That's actually my bad. How could I forget the string's in season when my sinuses are on fire from all the string in the air right now? We'll just hang this pinata from my friend's string tree and I'll be on my way. What do you guys think? We're staying at a nice hotel tonight, but my favorite hotel I've ever stayed at in my life is the Red Roof Inn in central Indiana. Yeah, you've been to it before? The word of the hotel is spreading across the country. First time I ever checked in this hotel, I said to the guy at the front desk, $40 a night, is it even worth it? And he said, well, sir, we have a gazebo in the parking lot. I said, why didn't you say so earlier? I'm calling home for the rest of my things. I live here now. The gazebo was very fun. I love the gazebo because it had two signs on it. The first sign says, use at your own risk, hotel not responsible for accidents. And I've been thinking about it for over a year now, and I still can't think of what type of accident could take place in a gazebo. I always thought of a gazebo as a safe space. I think if something dangerous was happening, I'd be like, quick, let's get in the gazebo. Nothing bad will happen here, it's chill. It's not like a pergola or anything, this is a laid-back environment. The second sign on it says, for hotel guests only. Yeah, I guess a lot of riffraff from town have been showing up and using the gazebo uninvited. And it was becoming a real problem for the hotel guests. They're complaining at the front desk, hey man, my wife and I are out there in the gazebo trying to enjoy the view of the highway you've provided for us. Meanwhile, this local knitting circle's taking up all the good spots. How are we supposed to enjoy the sights and sounds from the Cracker Barrel across the street when every couple in this town's showing up to get their engagement photos taken? Makes me laugh every time I think about it. And sometimes in my life, people ask me this question. If you had a time machine, where would you go? And what would you do? And I used to not have an answer to that question. But now I do. Now I know that I would go to that Red Roof Inn parking lot, to that gazebo on the day before they decided to put those two signs up. Something happened that day, and I want to be a part of it. How crazy do you think things had to get for the Red Roof Inn to be like, we got to throw some signs up to stop this from happening again? Even the planning must have been crazy. A couple local guys hanging out. Hey, bud, what do you want to do tonight? Well, I'll tell you what I really like to do is party at the gazebo down at the Red Roof Inn parking lot. But you probably got to be a guest to the hotel or something. Well, that's where you're wrong, my friend. I was there earlier today for a child's birthday party. They had a pinata. The kids didn't know what to do with it. No string. They were swiping it to try to get the candy out. But while I was there, I noticed there's no sign on that gazebo. You know what that means? No sign. That means we won. I said we party there tonight. Let's tell everyone we know. Let's round up all the gazebos. Best part is, if there's any accidents, the hotel has to be responsible. Get the chainsaws and the fireworks. We're about to have the night of our lives.